Alright, this is round 3 of Purple Crystal. We have Bella versus Robbi the Seal. Bella using Zephyl and Robbi using Fur. So both aggro purple things. Yeah. Alright, sorry, I was just replying on Discord. Alright, so yep, we have an immediate aggression. Sadly, the Fur is not able to hit. Both units getting a fun plus 20 in there from their, plus 10 from their skills, so supports are all that matters, really. Alright, this should hit. They're both plus 10. Yep, there they go. Because Zephyl cost 1 is very good at staying alive, which is one of the more annoying things of it, is that a lot of, like, decks that aren't meant to go aggro can't even really aggro it down just because Zephyl being 50 on defense really makes it annoying at times. To hit him before he goes main promo. And, well, now he has a bunch of boys around, so not ideal. Oh, well, Guy is able to live. Guy, your guy. Just because that nice 30 support is also a sword, so that's actually a 40 support for him. Yeah. But yeah, this is generally just going to be about who's able to aggro each other down. Just because they are technically both like 80 bases once they promo. So keeps and just aggro stuff, very helpful. Encouragement Emblem, not the worst thing. It's not a hero emblem, but still allowing the Zephyl to draw a card, not ideal, but they are letting it happen. So it's the exact same as Lilina support, just only on MC. So unit kills, draw 1, yeah. Alright. So, bad position for the Fur just because the Zephyl was able to keat. Granted, Zephyl relies and very much benefits from the keats. Fur is, it's sometimes a card you cut. And judging by the fact that Matthew is here and a few other things, it's just not looking good for her with this situation at the moment. Alright. So no main promo, instead using Liana to draw a card and blow something up. Usually that's just your anti-mirabilis card. But having to use it now, I mean, isn't the worst idea, because it's not like Liana's going to die here, and she will be able to get a hit against Fur, most likely, and, as long as she does it self. But Um, Having that on the board means that if Fur was to class change and deploy Mirabilis, Zephyl's promo loses a lot of his power. So could be a bad situation for Robbi, especially since they already are at low orbs. Zephyl obviously something you usually want to dodge a little bit more early on, so your hand isn't mostly dodges near the end or whatnot. Yeah. Alright. Can Fur main promo here? Also, Zephyl put a lot of Ellywoods into the bond zone, so Zephyl has no more movement options, really. So if Fur was ever to run away, not that that's usually a good choice, Zephyl lacks the options to really force her to come back into the front and actually fight, so to speak. Alright, another Matthew bond. Matthew's support skill really isn't going to be too helpful here since you've taken so many orbs. Yep, good idea to just get rid of him pretty much. And there we go. Main promo. Sadly, Fur lacks the ability to push things, so you can't get rid of Fur and Leona by just backline jailing them. But stacking yourself a decent support, always nice here. Roy X, or Mirabilis almost, but personally I would rather just almost deploy the Mirabilis, just because it would be able to cycle cut loose things from hand, as well as, well, block the Zephyl. Granted, it wouldn't really block the Zephyl yet because hand is so large, but it's the thought that counts. And ripping out a Fur. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you got a few dodges then. This is why you generally want to dodge almost as early as possible against Zephyl. And just as long as you have main promo, dodge with everything but main promo. Since you can promo before Zephyl does, on average. Yeah. There's the Murkrit as well. Okay, Robbi, why were you at one orb? You really should have dodged before one orb by the looks of this. But it happens. Oh.
Good game.
Yep. That
Good game.
So looking at your supports, I would have stacked the Roy and just went, yeah, the Zephyl will probably promo. But I get why you didn't. Roy is just a good card to have on board whenever you can. Lasting support rigging and all that. Alright. Bonding Matthew immediately. Yep. Works because you're not as likely to be taking a huge amount of orbs against Zephyl because, well, defensive buff, as I said, means a lot of random cards don't hit as much or as often. The encouragement emblem, though, on the side of Bella, and Zeph is weird and uncommon. Just because you just don't normally see it. It's usually a support card that's only used in a frame for the second skill. Because you could almost just use Lolina instead of it in almost every deck, and it'll just be more consistent draw power. I'm guessing they're just using it because it's a one-cost beater, so you can use it as an aggro thing. I get it, but I personally just disagree with that choice. But anyway, hitting a Keat again from the Fate, because I'm pretty sure there was a Fate. Yep, there was a Fate, so yep, guaranteed the Keat. And just able to make it so now you can promo before the Furcan again. Granted, last time they did miss promo, but what's the chances it happens again? Also, missing it for one turn is not the worst. When you're a 50 on defense and you're not taking too, and you're able to just spam the board this much. Alright, there we go. Joshua and Roy. Alright. A lot of Roys on board. Yeah. Attacking unit is purple, plus 10, instead of the attacking MC plus 10. Actually, no, is that the same? Might be the same. I'm not used to people using the box art promos. But, yep, Zeph is actually getting beaten down this time a bit. Quite nice to see at times. Alright, Isle and Myrrh. Oh, that is a wide board. Bella losing most of her hand, though, doing this, but happens. Oh, Lolina is in this deck as well. Okay, yep, never mind. Makes sense now why Encouragement Emblem is floating around as well. Just 8 odd hits that are draws, pretty much. Always helpful. Okay, is Bella gonna stack a Myrrh? Joseph can get the attack bonus. They need to Keat, so -1, especially at a time when you don't really need to, because no matter what, next turn you can main promo, so Keating isn't the most valuable thing. Oh, yeah. Fur is plus 10 extra from her skill. And Zeph is only on defense, so yeah. Both getting 20 sports did not hit. Alright. So they're not Keating. Good choice in my opinion. Stacking Peony, 30 sport, generally gonna hit anyway, so yeah. Alright. how is Fur gonna get out of this situation? Yeah. This is just not a good situation for her ever. Honestly, your best option is to attack Faye or Mur, depending on which one has less dodges. Turns out, hey, you made the right choice because you're gonna self. And hey, they're both 60s anyway, so there's no reason to risk it attacking Mur generally. So why not get rid of Faye? Alright, Garrick. That gets rid of your the best play pretty much for Fur next turn. So she is. Oh, I saw that self on her side and was just like, oh, is she also dying to Al? But not yet. Alright, so instead of Garrick, we get a single Al. Alright, and Alphonse in the back line. Okay, yep. It works. Protects Fur from all the low costs, specifically Mur in this case. While also, just being generally safe for himself so he can activate turn after turn after turn. The issue is I don't think Zephiel is... Actually, Zephiel's deck is mainly low cost, so yeah. Alright. Liana is able to just skill destroy Alphonse. Yep. I'm a character with deployment cost of 2 or lower. So yeah, Liana's the perfect counter for this. Usually it's just there to stop Mirabilis, but that works too. Now it's just a question of the Zephiel double buff Liana. Actually double buffing Liana makes most sense because Mur can only attack Al anyway because Golden Shield is still active. If you're to buff the Mur so it could consistently hit Fur, it's just not a good idea generally. And especially with that 50 support being so nice at times, but right here, absolutely worthless. shuffling the hand, taking one hit, ripping, then doing another hit. Usually the best way to do it, just because, hey, if they only have one card in hand and it's a dodge, they'll dodge, you hit them again, and then you can deal with it that way. Just making it so that it's the most awkward as possible it can be for them.
Wait.
Alright. Bonding the Moralibus, the best safety net you have. Okay, you should have just deployed Moralibus, deployed Garrick, deployed Fur. Granted, not like you're really living this turn unless you just somehow absolutely kill him, or you get an Alphonse, or not an Alphonse support, Matthew support. But gambling for the Matthew, probably not the greatest plan. Like, I get it, there is a way out, but the way out is not good for you, especially when they're also dodging, which means that if Matthew was to show up, you would have less cards. Yeah. Still think my Elibis should have been on the board. Alright.
Good game.
And there we go.
Good game.
Yeah, Fur just does not have a good situation, because they're both just spamming the board, and Fur just spams the board slightly slower and without Keats to accelerate. Just bad situation. Ugh. Anyway, with that, goodbye.